Welcome back to the video, and in today's video we have another Saturday night main event results video. Another one has passed us, and it's kind of again the same vibe where it was a kind of predictable show, but it was whatever in terms of matches. We did get a title change, we got some decent title matches, but overall, how we feel about the show.
Yeah, I mean, the show in general was just pretty bad. Every single match had its moments, kind of. We'll talk about it more later, obviously. But yeah, it definitely lacked, obviously, on paper. When you looked at this, when you see Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, you think, oh, this is going to be a really good match. And at least that match will deliver, if anything, on the card. But it really didn't deliver. Same thing with pretty much all the matches. We'll kind of talk about that more in detail, though.
Yeah, we kick things off, though, with the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, and it was announced on the SmackDown before that if Cody Rhodes got disqualified or counted out, he would lose his world title. So Drew McIntyre played into that very heavy into this match, trying to get him DQ'd, try to push him into the ref, and try to get him riled up and stuff like that to kind of lose his mental. But in the end, Cody Rhodes comes out on top and continues to hold the undisputed champion.
Yeah, this match was just kind of whatever. It wasn't necessarily a bad match, but I wouldn't really call it a good one either. I feel like it was kind of on equal playing field as their last match at WrestlePalooza or wherever their last match was. I feel like it was kind of on equal playground with that one, and that's not a good thing necessarily. But yeah, the finish, they kind of did this finish already with Kevin Owens earlier in the year, in January, February, somewhere around there, where he DDTs him on a chair. And then that's kind of how he gets the finish with that. So, you know, we've kind of been getting these Cody teases for a long time now. I feel like it might be time to just do it if we're gonna do it. You know, if we're not gonna do it, that's fine as well, because you know we love Cody Rhodes, he's awesome. But I think it's time for him to at least lose the title if he isn't gonna turn heel, and I think this match kind of proved that because the crowd even felt flat even after he won.
Yeah, this match felt kind of old schoolish in a way, where it was a very simple story of, with these weird conditions on Cody Rhodes' part, he has to kind of, you know, be the good guy, make sure he has to play clean and stuff like that. However, in the end, he shows those traits that he still is, you know, willing to be a heel kind of by using that title as well. It felt a little bit spoon-fed. I did like the commentary from Michael Cole here, but it was a little bit too much at times where we're kind of like, oh, Drew's playing really good into this, the stipulation and stuff like that. But overall, it was a solid match. Wouldn't be my favorite match of the night, but overall, a decent way to start the show. But next up, we had the WWE Women's Championship on the line, where Tiffany Stratton went up against Jade Cargill in another rematch. But this time, Jade Cargill gets the job done in pretty quick time as well. And yeah, she is your new Women's Champion.
Yeah, this was a really good match, you know, in terms of what I wanted from the match. I feel like I got it. I wanted a dominant Jade win. She just is coming off of this nasty heel turn where she turned on Tiffany Stratton. So I wanted to see her get the win, and I wanted to see her kind of dominate, especially after they played into the kind of angle of her having a hurt knee going into the match and everything. So yeah, I really liked it. I feel like they did the job properly. I wish Tiffany maybe got a little bit more offense in, but she did get her cool swanton bomb into the match. That was really cool. But ultimately, it was Jay just doing a lot of powerhouse moves, the power bombs, the choke slam at the end. And yeah, I feel like it was 5 minutes, and it did exactly what it needed to.
Yeah, this felt very much like the old AEW kind of matches with Jade Cargill, where once you want to get somebody a little bit bigger who, you know, kind of needed them to kind of step toe-to-toe with a Jade. They had a pretty quick match, but like you said, both people got their kind of offense in, but overall Jade's strength kind of wins in this match, and I did kind of enjoy that. It's probably not my favorite Jade Cargill match still, but I think it is probably up there in the time that we've seen her in WWE so far. But yeah, pretty solid match. I'm glad that Jade won. At the end of the day, I'm glad it's the right winner. Glad Tiffany can kind of go away now, not as of literally going away, but focus on something else now, whether that be the United States champion or we see her go to Raw. But yeah, I think there's something that you can do with Tiffany after you probably give her a rematch against Jade.
Yeah, for sure.
And then next up, we had the Intercontinental Championship on the line in a triple threat match where Dom put his belt up against Penta and Rusev, and Dominic comes out on top once again to continue his Intercontinental Championship reign.
Yeah, I feel like this match was my favorite match of the night. I feel like, once again, this is one of those matches that kind of did everything you wanted it to do. Obviously, you probably want Dominic to keep holding that title. Kind of seems like we're going the John Cena route with him, where I feel like he will be involved with Cena. Maybe if not in his final match, it'll be in one of the more recent appearances that he has. But yeah, this is a very good match. I feel like it, like I mentioned, it did everything you wanted to do. You wanted Rusev to look like a monster. You wanted Penta to look great, and you wanted Dominic to win. And somehow they were able to do all three of those in one with the way that they did the finish. Rusev had Penta in the acolyte, I believe he calls it, and Dominic was on the outside. He hits the bell. Rusev thinks he won. He starts raising his hand in the air. The referee tells him, no, you did not win. It's not over yet. And then little does he find out Dom was the one that hit it. And then eventually it kind of leads to a part where Penta has the hammer for the bell in his hand. He goes to hit Dom, but hits Rusev, where Dominic was able to throw Penta out and kind of get the pin over Rusev with that. But yeah, very cool finish here. New and unique, and it felt good, and it was funny, and it kind of did what it needed to do. And Dominic looked good. He gets the win, and yeah, we'll move on and get closer and closer to that Liv Morgan return.
Yeah, this match was pretty good. It did feel like just a main event Raw type of match in my eyes, but it still doesn't mean that was bad. I did like the part that you said with the finish with the bell. I also like the part where Dom tried to introduce the first weapon with the chair, and he goes to throw it at Rusev to kind of get him DQ'd, but it was a triple threat, so the rest like, I can't do nothing about it, which would end up leading into a Mexican Destroyer from Penta off the back of Rusev to Dom. So that was a really cool part right there. But yeah, this match was pretty good. I'll probably would agree with you that it was my favorite match as well. But yeah, glad that Dom is the champion. I did kind of want Penta to win, but I don't mind that Dom is holding this because I assume it will probably be an El Grande person or eventually that Finn turn that makes him lose that Intercontinental Champion. Yeah. And then around this time, we got the announcement and a little bit of a hint at what we will be seeing for John Cena's last match at the next Saturday night's main event. And it was announced that we will be seeing a 16-man tournament to determine who will be John Cena's final opponent. And we will see people from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and people who don't even work at WWE. So, yeah, I guess the possibilities are endless with this. But yeah, we'll be doing a full breakdown on what we think and what we want to happen from this tournament in an upcoming video as well. So yeah, cool to mention that. So we got something big from this show.
A very big announcement that got the crowd riled up, and I feel like after that announcement that kind of woke the crowd up a little bit, and they were ready for this main event, and then we got what we got here.
And speaking of that, it was for the vacant World Heavyweight Champion, where we seen Jey Uso go one-on-one with CM Punk after Jey Uso won the Battle Royal. And we've seen CM Punk kind of been having this #1 opportunity for quite a while. He's supposed to go against Seth Rollins, but with the injury, put him out. So we have this match, and we have our new 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. He wins this match. It is a little bit of an interesting match. It did feel like a long match. And yeah, this match was very disliked for obvious reasons. But what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, CM Punk, he is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, if not my favorite wrestler of all time. And this was one of his worst matches that I've probably ever seen. I'm sure there was others that I've forgotten in time from Raws or SmackDowns or the old ECWs or something like that. But yeah, I feel like, at least in recent memory, this is the worst match that he's had since his AEW return. Yeah, this was just, nothing about this match made me feel like Jay was going to win. Nothing about this match even necessarily made me feel like Punk was going to win. I was kind of just flat the whole match. I didn't CM Punk, like I mentioned, is one of my favorites, and when he did get his hand raised and he won, you know, you would think someone who's a big fan of him would be excited and be like, oh my god, yes, he did it finally after, you know, he got screwed out of the last time. But I didn't feel that emotion. I didn't really feel anything after he won. The neck breaker spot with Jey Uso that went wrong, it was awful. Obviously pissed Punk off. There was another point where Punk was throwing water on Jey Uso because he looked like he was just gassed during the match. And yeah, the match was just bad. I know, you know, I don't want to drag Jey Uso too much, of course, because I do like Jey Uso. I don't think he's a terrible wrestler at all. I just think that in this main event picture, in this singles division, maybe it's just not fully for him. At least right now, maybe he could get better. But I mean, it's been a lot of time since this point, since WrestleMania 40 and a single push. And this is where we've gotten in this amount of time. And it's not nowhere where anyone is excited for with Jey Uso.
Yeah, this felt like a night where things might be changing for Jey Uso, whether that be how the crowd reacts to him going further. Obviously, when he came out, he had the big pop with the yeet chants and stuff like that, obviously. But something I didn't notice when I watched the show is that there was chants for Jey Uso sucks chants. Obviously, you're always going to get those chants, but this was kind of an audible one where you can hear it pretty much throughout the entire arena. It wasn't like overly loud, but you could hear it. So hopefully this isn't, a big, change for Jey Uso, because that's the one thing he has going for him is this crowd interaction that he has every single week. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, he can still recover from this. I'm sure he will. But let's talk about the more positive thing, and that is CM Punk being the World Heavyweight Champion now. And now we can get some big programs with him, with the likes of Gunther maybe once again, or maybe we see AJ Styles come up and have that match that we've been wanting for a while now, or we see somebody like Braun Breaker, who we know is lurking around, and he might come after the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting things for sure with CM Punk being the world champion. The only thing is, since he is the world champion, he won it the way that he won it, and it wasn't from defeating Seth Rollins. Like I mentioned before, it felt flat. It didn't feel exciting, and I still kind of feel that way going into his world title run on, all his forward matches. I feel like Braun Breaker is the likely guy to kind of go in the CM Punk direction, because that's kind of just seems to be what it is. There's also LA Knight kind of lingering around as well. So it could definitely be one of those. But yeah, I'm not really sure what to think of him holding the belt right now, because I was kind of wanting him and Cody going into Mania. But if he's going to hold the belt, then that kind of stops that. But maybe Cody will... I don't know. There's a lot of things going on here. But I am excited that he won. I'm just not excited in the way that he won it.
Yeah. But that will wrap it up for our Saturday night's main event review. What was your favorite match, though, of the night?
Yeah, I think my favorite match is going to be the Dominic, Penta, and Rusev. And obviously my least favorite is going to be CM Punk and Jey Uso. And also, one more note on that match. If it was going to be like that, make it shorter. 21 minutes in a Jey Uso match. I'm sorry, not even a Jey Uso fan wants to see him go 21 minutes. That's too long for Jey Uso.
Yeah, and a hindsight thing as well. It feels like that Cody and Drew match probably should have main evented, but I think going into, I do agree why they did it. But yeah, definitely an interesting call, and now looking back on it as well.
Or just have Jey Uso turn heel during the match and have it happen here.
Yeah. But yeah, that would do it for our Sunday's main event review. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.